I think you can start to go on the drive, and we will start from this because we are all here now.
Well, this is the people who assigned to the workshop. It's a tiny group, 5 motivated, I think, coordinators, most probably.
Great.
I don't know. Do we want to make a little welcome, or who's here around?
Yes, our plan. So just to do a small introduction, if we start, a small introduction, this cooperation was supposed to be organized between Madalena, which is sick, and me, which has an event in Marseille. But Marcus came and he will do a great job, I'm sure. I will try to present our work that we did this year with Mada. And first, our plan was to do a short introduction around to see a bit the motivation of the people that join our workshop, to understand why they came here, to present themselves quickly, and understand a bit the motivation to join this workshop especially. So I can see the people. Maybe Christelle, you want to start to present yourself? Or maybe someone else. No.
Oh, sorry, I was looking for the sounds. Okay, I can start if you want. Hello, everybody. I don't see you, but I think you are over there. So I'm Christelle. I'm from like the same kind of association than Benjamin in Marseille. The name is Eurasianet, and it's a mobility organization with volunteers among Europe and Asia. And now I'm interested in this workshop because we are developing the long-term cooperation with new partners, and I was curious to hear about the tool and everything.
Okay, thank you, Christelle.
Yes, thank you.
Maybe Maria? You don't have the mic here.
Okay, now you hear me. Hello, everyone. My name is Maria, and I'm from Serbia, but I'm currently in Barcelona right now doing a project with the European Solidarity Corps. So, well, I got introduced by this webinar like today, and I felt really connected with this topic and workshop because I also worked in a couple of with a couple of organizations as well and on the different projects. But currently I'm in one project for book exchange, which is currently actually on the national level, of course, but we will see where we will go. So I hope that I can get some tools now and yeah, see what the future brings. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe Simona?
Hello, everyone. Hello. Again. I'm Simona. I'm from Still Cyprus. It's a non-profit organization from Cyprus, as the name of the organization says already. And actually, currently, we already have an approved ESC project, but we haven't started it yet because we are waiting for the pandemic to let us receive some volunteers. So once we already have a project approved, it would be good to refresh and to get a bit more knowledge about the cooperation between the partners. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Simona. Levan, can you follow? Okay, it looks like you are not able to speak. I can't see the, well,
I can read it. I can read it for Levan. He's writing, I'm traveling right now and I cannot join with my voice. In 20 minutes, I will be able to fully commit it shortly. My name is Levan, coming from Georgia and representing youth organization BITSI. BITIZI, sorry, Levan, BITIZI. We are now a sending organization for ESC, and we have sent over 20 participants abroad in 2020. And we are hoping to host volunteers soon too. Thank you, Levan, and looking forward to hear from you in 20 minutes.
Thank you, Marcus. And then, yeah, I don't know who are you, but I would be happy to hear you. If there is somebody behind this letters.
Seems
If
not so. I will put him or her in the waiting room, and then the tech team can connect with him or her to no, I cannot do that. Unfortunately, I don't have. Yeah.
Marcus, do you want to present yourself quickly?
Oh my God! Yes, I do that.
Why you are in this workshop?
Why I'm here? Yes, yeah. I'm Marcus. I'm working in Weimar, European Youth Meeting Education Center, Weimar. For many years, working and living in Southeastern Europe, Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, running NGO in a small town nearby in Erfurt, and then since 2012 or 13 being educational program manager here in ELPW for international youth work. And also, among other topics, in charge for the ESC, hosting ourselves 3 volunteers. One you met already, Oksana, young lady who presented the other workshop. She was our volunteer, but we are also, I'm in charge for our trainers pool, running the on arrivals and midterms for the German National Agency. We are one of the 5 providers here in Germany. And I'm part also for the Program Council, ESC and Erasmus Plus in Germany. So this is my connection to the field. And besides this, I'm one of the trainers of this project line. Exactly. That's why I'm here. And I'm here to support Ben, who has to, how to say, split himself into 2. And with a mobile phone, screen sharing is not so relaxing thing. That's why.
It's okay. I remember the first rule of my first seminar volume in Cyprus was expect the unexpected.
Exactly.
That's what we are doing today. So yes, to conclude, I'm Benjamin. I'm working for Orpist in Marseille. We are coordinating European volunteers since the beginning of our organization in 2013. We host and send volunteers. I took part in this workshop and in this projects with MADA because we have a strong partnership actually with Madalina, which is working for Romanian organization Team for Youth. And it was interesting for us to work on the long-term cooperation in order to help the newcomers in this program, maybe for organizations that are, it's not the heart of their action, like it's they are doing volunteering project, hosting 1-2 volunteers, but they are also doing a lot of local activities. And it's how to involve them when we are organization with a lot of experience and sometimes a lot of expectation from this partnership. So how to include them in long-term cooperation. So what we did with Madalina, it's well, it's based on our cooperation. Actually, we tried it during the last 2 years to go deeper in our cooperation, to don't be only between person, but also to have a clear document, clear frame of our cooperation. So it's what I will present now. Marcus, you can please share me the Google Drive. What I will present. So I will cut the video from now. What we want to share, it's we created with Madalina a Google Drive, which is a base between our cooperation. So it's let's say the frame of our cooperation and some documents that we are using. Of course, each organization and each reality you need to adapt to your situation and to your do you have the can you share the screen, Marcus, please?
I did already. I hope it's visible. I don't know if the others can see the shared screen.
It is visible, yes.
I don't. Okay, I see it now. Okay, you can go in toolbox on cooperation. It's the work that we did. So this it's an example of what we created with Madalita with a frame. So there is some documents here that I will present later on, but we can go in project. So project, for example, it's the shared documents, share files that we create when we have a project with a partner. So basically, the coordinating organization is supposed to create these documents. Yeah, and then we will add between the time everything. In this Google Drive, we have three different files. The first one is the participant. You can go in participant. So this is mostly linked with the activity. So it's in order to help the coordinating organization to well, to follow the projects, maybe to fill out the final report at the end, to have all the information needed. The same for the supporting organization to follow everything. So we start with the volunteers. There is a file which is volunteers. So inside, of course, you have the file for every volunteers, and you can add everything, every document that is useful for the project. I don't know if you need to add first the CV and the motivation letter, motivation questionnaire, all the information documents linked to the profile of the volunteers, maybe the activity agreement, etc. You can add it here. I think if you open it, should be free. It should be empty, right? Yes, because you are supposed to fill out when you start to have volunteers. You fill out with the documents. It could be shared. It's up to you. It could be shared with the volunteer. So for him, it will be easier also to find his activity agreement and some document linked to the project. If we go back, if we open a new file, we can open, for example, activities. So then for activities, of course, it will depend a lot on your projects. For example, it was really different for Madalina and me. In the reality of me or Piste in Marseille, what we are doing is we have a clear organization that hosts the volunteer all year, and the activity don't change a lot during the year, so the activity will be mostly the same. But in the case of Madalina, they have activities depending on the needs of the volunteers. They are doing timetable every week. So for example, in our case, it was really important for us to have this kind of files to follow what are really doing the volunteers, also to have pictures, because we are missing a lot of pictures to as a supporting organization, for example, to show what are doing the volunteer in reality. So yes, it's good to have all of this. And then if we have other document as a press article, it could be here. If we go back, we have other files. We created what we created. Schedule. What I was explaining here. It's for example for Madalina, what they are doing in their organization. It's every week they are building the schedule of the volunteer of the week. So in our case, it's really important because it's a part of the volunteering project to do a schedule every week. In our case, for example, it's less important, so we are not using it when we are hosting volunteer in France. Same with evaluation. Interesting to have evaluation. For example, in our case, when we send volunteer to Romania, to see the evaluation that are filling out the volunteers every week, every month, depending on the organization. But it's good to have a document files with all the documents that the volunteer fill out during their project. Yeah, same with reports. If we go back with a supporting organization, in this case, for example, our organization in France is a coordinating organization. We are hosting European volunteers, and we have also some files shared with the supporting organization. So if we go with the first example, it's important before the project, when we are doing all the preparation. So first we sign with them the partnership agreements. It's a good well, it's a good advice that we send. I will show you later on the an example that we created with Madalena, but it would be in these files. And then about the candidate, of course, you need to clearly identify with your partner how you will select the volunteers. If you count on your supporting organization to support them and to spread the offer to his local network and to find the volunteers to select from inside, or you will pass through the platform, etc. So to be clear from the beginning, in case what we recommend actually, you are passing by a supporting organization that will spread to his local network, then he will send you candidates, and this file is here to add the applications. So this is mostly the frame of our Google Drive. And then what we did, it's to create some documents to help the organization. Yeah, in order to implement the project. We did some documents that we think could be shared easily, and we think they are good documents. Yeah, for all the cooperation and partnership possible. We can do it in order. The first one it's the application for volunteers. What we are actually doing in our organization. So for MADA, for Team For Youth, and for us in our PIST, we are both using these templates questionnaire for the application of volunteers. We are not asking a motivation letter anymore. What we felt since we are working, it's in the motivation letter when the volunteer apply, they are most of the time taking a lot of time to the form and not what is inside, what they really want to say to apply. So for us, it was important to have a questionnaire in order to understand really the motivation of the volunteer and to guide them somehow in the questions that are important for us. So you can see, yes, Marcus is going up and down. So of course, at the beginning, we ask for the basic information of the volunteers, what is his current situation, etc. And then we want to understand the motivation. What is your main motivation to go abroad? Why this project especially? Why another one? What you want to learn, because we expect the voluntary experience. It's mostly a learning experience, etc. So of course you can adapt to your reality what is important for you, but for us it was really important to have this document, and it's helped us a lot to understand really the motivation and not have a letter that they copy paste to all the projects. I didn't say at the beginning, but if you have a question, you can stop me anytime. Yes, this is mostly what we have. We ask about particular allergy, previous experience in foreign countries, what the meaning of volunteering for them, language abilities, hobbies. And then the last question, it's about the last question is actually fun because we always have a really different answers. I don't understand the same. Some people they just send the ID picture that represents them as a photo, and some send a picture on Google of sharing love and traveling. I don't know that they pick, and some take pictures that. I don't know, experience that they had in the previous weeks, months, years. So it's the last one. It's actually really funny, but we really like it because it's all really open. Yes. So this is about application of volunteers. What Gantt? Yeah, we can go in the Gantt. Well, this is for this actually from our side we are not using it, but Madalena was using it in Team for Use because they are involved in a lot of different projects for short mobility. So it's really important for them to understand which volunteer are coming when. So basically, every lines are the projects and how many volunteers they are supposed to host. So this, it's in the case that you are hosting a lot of volunteers from different countries, from different projects. It's important, especially for organizations that host a lot of volunteers and are not a lot coordinating somehow. Yes, because they are not sure about which project is coming when, etc. So it's a bit to organize themselves in when they could host, in which flats they will have space, etc. So it's an example that you can use or not. You can go on Project Gantt. Project Gantt, it's something actually that we put in the files with the supporting organization. It's in order to see that we go in every step of the project. So this starts when the volunteer is selected. So when the volunteer is selected, we fill out the name of the volunteers. When the mission starts, the mission ends. If we sign the partnership agreement, we will see it later on. When we did the interview, if you want. Travel to keep in mind the travel dates. It will be important because then you need it to sign it in the certificate of the volunteer at the end when the volunteer travel, etc. Also to follow if you reimburse it, etc.
Benjamin, sorry, I have a silly question, but do you share this document with all your partners? The same document with all partners?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What we from our side, what we do, it's we have one document per partner, and then from my side, in my desk, let's say I have then a document that I with all the partner, but they don't see maybe the mobility of the other volunteer to don't be lost.
Okay. Yes.
But I create this is for mostly for big project. If you are hosting only 1-2 volunteers, maybe it's not helpful. In our case, we have project maybe with 20 volunteers, and it's helping us to have one of this document with each partner. Like this, we can follow, yes, if we did all the steps, and to don't be lost in the Skype when we say you are supposed to send me the invoice. If the partner don't send the invoice, sometimes we forget, etc. So it's a way to follow both sides. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, but I mean with all the partners at the same time. Yeah, as you said.
Yeah, we have one document per partner, and
okay.
Yeah, so far, but maybe it could be a good option in some cases, or in the case of, I don't know, strong partnership. Okay. Could be only one document. From our side, we decide to have only one per partner.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, so the travel invoice, if we sign the volunteering agreements, and then the information about mentor, 3 days use pass, etc. All the information that you think it's useful, of course, you can add. Then the last column, there are actually the information that you will need for your final reports. So this helps us a lot, especially when we are coordinating, for example, and sending volunteers abroad. It's sometimes difficult to follow all the steps, all the activities that the volunteer, etc. So in this case, for example, the hosting organization is filling out, and of course we fill out what we think is, what we think is not here. Yes, questionnaire. You can go on questionnaire. This is what we do. I think it's a questionnaire that we. Okay. Okay. This was actually in order to write the project. So in this document, actually, we are using it before to write the project. We send this questionnaire. So this is an example. We send this questionnaire. Yeah, but I think I'm not. Yeah, no, I understand. This questionnaire, we use it before to write the project. It's let's say depending on your partnership, but for us it's really important to have a call with your partner from the writing process to understand exactly what are the needs of your organization and of your partners, especially when you are coordinator. So in order to understand when you will be sending the volunteer, when you will host, what are the needs of the organization, how you are working together, etc. So this is a questionnaire that we use before to write the project. And then so when you wrote the project is approved. For us, what we do usually, it's before to send or host the first volunteer, we sign the partnership agreements between partners. We don't put everything only in the activity agreement or the volunteering agreement, depending on how you call it. But for us, it's important, especially when you have a project with not only one mobility, but with different mobilities. Yes, to clarify everything and to sign it, and like this, it's better. This is a example of frame that you can use. So with the detail of the organization, clarify what is important for us is clarify the communication, how you will communicate between partner, who will be the contact person for each organization, how if you are using mostly mail, if you are doing I don't know, phone call every 2 months, etc. All the financial aspect, of course, it's definitely need to be clarified before the project is writing. If you have a strong partner and it's always the same, of course, you don't need to agree every time, but still before the first mobility, it's good to have a first agreement like this. Selection of participants for us, it's kind of the main point in the volunteering projects, because it's definitely the philosophy of previously the EVS and now the ESC. It's how you will you work on the selection of participants, how you will support them, how you will welcome them when they come. So it's to clarify, really, this is really important to clarify with your sending partner how they are working at the local level, because some sending organizations, they are working with only few people, few youngsters that they are able to send, and they need a specific project for them. Some, they are working at all the national level, and they can spread everywhere in every platform. So it needs to be clear how you will you will proceed for the selection of participants. What we recommend usually, and what we are actually doing, it's to identify a sending partner, to let him find applicants, to do the selection with these potential candidates, and then if you had difficulty with these candidates, to open more openly to the platform. This ensure you a better partnership. Then the last part, I forget the title. Yeah, it was about administrative, I think. Yeah, about administrative, etc. Yes, of course, you can adapt again this partner agreement to your reality. This is what we did with MADA. Thanks a lot, Marcus. I think we can, I don't know, share a question and let you speak a bit, because I'm out of voice.
Now you spoke a lot.
Yes. Sorry, it was not so non-formal, I have to say. I am sorry about this.
Well, extraordinary times now.
Do you have some questions, some comments that come in mind, maybe to your reality, to your needs, some thoughts?
I would have one, and this is we announced to the participants of the afternoon that we will provide some materials in the Padlet. I haven't checked the Padlet for our workshop so far, just to make sure with you, and I can also check with MADA how far we can share at least partially some of the documents with the participants of the workshop. We have to check, of course, for data safety and stuff and security, so that the colleagues who are here right now can make use of it. Perhaps we can talk about it later. You have already the Padlet access, so you can see also the workshop results from the other workshops, but then you also have these documents on cooperation and cooperation guidelines available eventually. But yeah, then you have to answer that in MADA.
Okay, for us anyway, I think it will be open. It was the plan. Yes, it's our way to work. So if the potential partner are working the same as us, it will be easier for us anyway. So it's good if it's shared. I will wait for the confirmation of MADA, but I'm thinking it will be.
So don't throw away the Padlet link. Keep it. Write it down somewhere. Save it on your computer in your notebook. There will be something also behind the first box soon.
Thank you very much for this explanation. Can I ask something? I wonder about the questionnaire for the participants, where they have to provide like their motivation, because you had question by question so that they could feel it easier than just writing the motivation letter. My question is, because now I know that when applying for a Solidarity Corps, normally participants have to register to the platform. Is that correct? And then in the platform, also we can provide either VCV or some motivation questions. So do you go with this questionnaire you just showed us as additional tool to select the volunteers, or how do you collaborate it with the platform?
Usually we try to use as less as possible the platform, because from our philosophy, it's really easy to find a lot of applicants in quick moments, but it's not maybe the best solution to have really motivated people to your project. And mostly it's not so open at the end, because it's open only to autonomous volunteers somehow. What we do, it's when we select the volunteer like this, for example, the volunteers that we follow in Marseille, we select them and then we support them to register on the platform, and then they accept our offer. So you can do when the volunteer is already accepted, it's also working. You just have to send from your side the offer only to him, and it's working.
Okay, so basically you just first choose the volunteer, and then you see if the volunteer is already on the platform or not, and you connect through the platform later at a later stage. Okay, thank you very much.
Other question, comments? Yes, Christelle.
I wanted to say thank you for this sharing and for all this work. It's a great job. And in Eurasianet, we are using two forms, like similar. And yes, I think it's easier for young people. And I think the drive, the sharing drive, it's a great idea. I don't do it from my side, but I think it will be good to speak with the partners. I was a little bit curious, and because maybe when it's shared, you can borrow it without any attention, and sometimes the partners are a little bit lost when we have like 10 partners in one project. So my question is, when do they play it? I mean, do they really fill all the information needed? And the second one is it working for you when you have like 10 partners? Like every partner, do they know where to fill in? What to fill in? I don't know if it's clear.
Yeah, it's clear. It depends on the projects actually. For this example of the drive that every partner fill out, it's for example a project that we are coordinating in France, and we are sending short-term volunteering abroad. It's really important for us because for this short-term project, we receive the inclusion support, the hosting organization as well, and there is more documents to fill out. There is more information for the final report. So it was agreed with the partner from the beginning that part of their task is to fill out this document, and we have actually in our partnership agreement this task. And if they don't fill out, we send them only 50% of the grant, which actually they don't want. So they fill out the document, and yeah. So most of the time, if you agree it from the beginning and it's part of the agreement, and there is money behind, if you don't do it, they do it.
It's a good motivation.
Good motivation. And then for other projects which are more specific, I don't know, specific volunteering project or more easy somehow the partnership, we don't fill out all these documents. We don't have it from our side. So this was the example. If you go really deep in cooperation with your partner, if you are really motivated to have this kind of project together, of course, if you are only sending 2 volunteers, maybe you don't need to have a huge table to fill out every 2 days. Yes. So for example, for the long term that we host, it's we are coordinating, we are sending them some information, but if they don't ask for more information about I don't know, the profile of a volunteer, what the results they did, etc., we are not doing it. Mostly when we do it when we are coordinating, and mostly sending when we don't see the volunteers a lot.
Okay, thank you.
More comments? Yes, also, well, I wanted to say also it's based what we did from the previous question as well. We had experience before European Solidarity Corps, so it's also why it was one of the fights, let's say, when they changed the program to keep the position of the supporting organization. For us, it's something which is really important. It was definitely part of the project in the EVS. Now, with the platform, sometimes the role of the supporting organization is more complicated to represent and to say, no, we really want to follow the volunteer, to support them, to find them locally. So it's important from our side to to keep this position of the supporting organization. And to clarify, to have a good supporting organization, you need to clarify every steps, all the role when you are writing the project, and then when it's approved, how you will do. Of course, now with the new program, we will need to even more plan the mobility for 1 year. It's what they are asking us in each country. So, well, what we are doing, for example, in our side with our partner, it's we take the winter to really planify the mobility with our partner, to understand a bit when we will have a lot of sending, a lot of hosting, when we are able to do it, etc. And to understand also the need of our partner, at least the main partners that we have. And then we have some exceptional mobility. But I think now with this new program, we will all need as coordinating organization this part of planification.
I'm sorry, maybe I will have a question because I just got a light bulb when you were saying this. I mean, due to all of this situation with COVID and, you know, all the things that needs to be more digitalized, and maybe some partners could not even send their volunteers to the country. It's actually because myself, as I'm from Serbia, I also had some difficulty with the national embassy, national agency, and the visa, because Serbia is non-European Union country. I don't know if you had this experience with countries that are not European or so. How do you plan on working? Like, if you have already a plan, of course, you have already a project, but how do you plan now in advance all of this? Because we need to adapt. This situation will, like, inevitably impact of all of us. And I mean, I believe that everything will be more digitalized, and maybe, have you thought about it? I don't know. Was this actually a question? It was just a thing that just crossed my mind.
How to involve partner countries, right?
Yeah, especially because, okay, she's from Poland. I saw your part, and she's from European Union, but like,
Romania.
I don't
Romania.
Romania.
Yeah.
What? How? Okay, I'm sorry. I saw that
Still
on the agreement was Poland. Sorry. Yeah, Romania is from European Union as well. So I don't know. Have you thought about all of this situation, how impacted on cooperation in general?
Actually, we do the same. For example, we have strong partnership with Georgia, with Russia. We did a lot of partnership with Egypt and Palestine. It's the same. The only difference, and only us can be the coordinating organization. And actually, that means as we will be coordinating and maybe sending volunteers, you will need more planification and more clarification of the role and task, etc. So it's the same. Of course, the difference it's they need us to apply and to have the budget. That the huge difference. But we do the same actually. With Georgia, for example, we have a partner with a lot of project together, and every year we plan the I don't know 10, 12 mobilities that we will have as hosting and sending, to understand when will be the best to host and send volunteers for which kind of activities. So it's possible. The difference is from their side, they need us. They need a strong partnership with at least one coordinating organization to have this budget. And for them, it's important because maybe they will have 3, 4, 5 different coordinating organizations if they are hosting, to have not volunteers from only one country, but from more. So yes, it's possible, and you need to do the same.
Yeah, I will just cross my mind because it was something that recently happened to me, but of course the situation will hopefully end, so it will be in a way back to normal. But it was more related to digitalization as well. Like, I don't know if it will affect that much, but for example, I worked from home for 1 month because our project was like in between, it was starting. I mean, project. I should came to Barcelona since October, but we prolonged due to visa and due to all of this higher instance approval, whatever. So yeah, I mean, it just crossed my mind. But yeah, I do see what you said, and thank you for answering.
But anyway, it's clear that from the since the epidemic is here, definitely we host and send mostly in Europe and with European partners. Clearly, it's we just start now to planify again with Georgia, with some countries. We are not planning something yet. So of course now it's definitely more complicated. But anyway, our communication and cooperation was digital anyway, because we are meeting usually never. At least we met once at the beginning, and then the partnership is following, except if you have other project, I don't know, strategic partnership, etc., to do stronger partnership. It's a good idea.
If there's no further questions or points, you're happily invited to get back to the plenary. There's more people gathering. There's also space for exchanging with others if you want. Thank you again, Ben, that you did it. Nevertheless, we are in difficult situations here to run 5 things in the same time. And one poor colleague got sick. Thank you very much, Ben, and à bientôt. Hein?
À bientôt. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.